Happy Monday, everybody. I hope you all had a fantastic weekend and you walked away from the screens just a little bit as Bitcoin is doing its thing. It's consolidating. Had a bit of a dip recently. We went back to that $85,000 level, it seems now, and people are wondering what's going on, what's happening next. Still the same thing. It's still the same uncertainty, which leads me to believe still that my thesis could be correct, that we are much more near a bottom, at least temporary, or bottom for now than top, right? So I'm going to go over some of those charts with you today. Actually, the title of this YouTube is, will Bitcoin hit 200K first or 70K first? So we're going to have a look at some of those levels with Rob as well on the charts. And yeah, guys, I'm just feeling pumped. We're coming into Christmas here, and I just feel like all of this uncertainty and doubt and fear is very loud, and it's an opportunity, in my opinion. We've been looking at a lot of seeming rotation plays from some of the whales out there that are trading their Bitcoin in for ETH. I've been keeping you updated on that in our Hive Telegram group, our VIP trading group. The link is in the description below. If you want to hang out and have some fun, come on over to Discord. And if you really want to take the trading seriously and take it to the next level, our group is still open for free. All you have to do is verify with our bot and the link in the description and sign up to BYDFI. And then guess what? You make any kind of deposit, $5, $10, whatever it is, and you get a free $100 to start trading. So we are funding your tuition, essentially, which is pretty cool. Your trading tuition. So do sign up to that, guys. And yeah, people are frustrated. People are in despair. People are angry. None of those to me are top signals, quite the opposite, actually. And so we're going to go over some of those charts that make me believe that maybe, even if it's just a mini rally and it doesn't result in another all-time high, at the very least, a bounce is imminent. But we're going to go over some key factors as to what's going to put us back in, the bull market action or not, as well as what we've seen in previous cycles. So we're going to go over all of that. Important dates to watch. A lot of people are watching Japan, as well as we get the rate hike, potential rate hike decision coming in this week as well in Japan. And a lot of people are worried about that. But what I'm seeing in the background is that smart money is stepping in, smart money is accumulating, and smart money is actually seemingly starting to rotate from Bitcoin to ETH. Now we have a little bit of data on that, not a whole lot, but there's a lot of bullish action coming out about ETH, about, assets being tokenized. And yeah, I just believe that stuff happens quietly in the background before people notice. And when you'll notice is when X flips, when all the people that are bearish on X start to talk about it, and then it's too late, right? So now is the time to pay attention and get positioned, guys. Get positioned. Wake up. It's time to focus. It's been time to focus. And we want to, we've been working so hard for this. We've been waiting for a long time for this, and now it's our day in the sun. But we're playing by different rules. And actually, Rob, our lead analyst in the group, is very talented, has been talking about Fidelity and their rules for trading, and they trade differently than retail traders. So once we learn the rules of the big leagues, then we can ride the wave with them instead of being frustrated about the manipulation and the things that are happening that we don't understand because we haven't seen this previously in other cycles. Okay. So I just want to give a shout out to all the real ones that are tuning in when Bitcoin is tuning down. Okay. So, I don't know how to pronounce your name, but you have a B that's representative of the Hive. So I love your B emoji. So Soda Tiki, I don't know. Teke. I don't know if I got that right, but welcome to the chat. You're still bullish on chickens. I don't know what that means. Maybe there's some kind of chicken coins, or you're just making a metaphor for like, this market is insane. Both are valid. Okay. Magnus, what's up? How you doing? Freedom guy, manipulation. Yes, I know, but let's ride the wave instead of being frustrated with it. That's our goal on this channel. So we're going to try to figure it out. So let's get it. Yes, let's go. Let's see. I'm going to call you B. Beehive says a full Bitcoin cycle without a crypto cycle. I don't think so. My cryptos are still falling from their 2021 tops. This is not a new bear market. Yeah, I don't believe it. Oh, you're a theta investor. Well, that's why I really like theta investors. They're really diehard, and I do believe theta is going to have its day in the sun too. It's infrastructure for AI. What could be more bullish? We need that. So yeah, they'll all have their day in the sun. What the real question is we're not talking about individual altcoins here, because most of them, especially the ones that are building like theta, should do well. That's not the question. The question is, when are risk on assets going to fly again? Now, the Russell 2000, which represents all of the low caps and stocks, has started to, we just hit a new all-time high and starting to break out. We've also been looking at copper versus I believe it was copper versus gold in the chart, because when traditionally, I mean, one trader found this, that copper is correlated to high risk on assets doing well. So we're looking at all these different factors, okay? Let me take you into some of the news and the charts. Elon Musk just became the first individual to surpass a $600 billion net worth. That's pretty crazy, right? I mean, we're going to see wild valuations in wealth. I do believe that this is going to be the great transfer of wealth of this generation, right? With everything that's happening with crypto and in the inflection point that we're at. Because remember, guys, adoption feels gradual until in hindsight, it looks explosive. And that's true. I mean, we're at 6% adoption, more or less right now, according to Rachel, the CMO of Binance, who I just did a podcast with earlier this year. And mass adoption starts to happen around 16%. So we're very close. I think we're much closer than most people think. Now, let me remove this video because I'm going to share a couple of charts with you guys before we get into it with Rob, okay? Important dates to watch this week. Today, the Fed is buying T-bills worth $7 billion. Tuesday, U.S. macro data. Wednesday, Fed president speech. Thursday, jobless claims. And Friday, the Japan rate decision. So big week, lots of volatility. Brace for impact, as always. And hey, we're already trained to expect the worst, right? So hope for the best, expect the worst. And let's just keep being patient because that's what this cycle has basically been about. And so we're going to look at a few other charts, okay? This chart here. The Fed bought $480 billion worth of T-bills back in when we had the 2021 rally, and now we're set to buy $500 billion according to this chart. So just interesting charts to look at. Will we have the same sort of move up for altcoins? That's the question. Now, let's have a look at a few other things, okay? A little more data just to set the tone. So this is the rainbow chart. I got to pull my Telegram back up. But so they asked ChatGPT, what do you project for 2026 price action? I've been posting all of this in the Hive, guys, in real time. And some of these have seemed to play out, okay? In actual price action, but these are more long-term data. So the Bitcoin rainbow chart predicts 150K to 440K in 2026. Data is based on historical logarithmic growth patterns, and AI predicted that that's what the chart's data is saying. According to some analysis based on the chart's historical trends, the price could be in the "is this a bubble" or FOMO intensifies range, orange to dark black, by late 2026. So will we be getting a rally into 2026? That's what everybody wants to know. Next up, we have the Bitcoin Sharpe ratio. I'm going to pull that up on stream so you guys just get an idea of sort of where we're at, right? So this chart is the Sharpe ratio that shows the current position is at the bottom. There was no real bullish rally in this cycle, and whale holdings have increased further. The current position is similar to when the rally began last cycle. So in the last cycle, the bull market lasted for 8 months after this point, which sort of lines up with the late 2026, orange black bands happening on the rainbow chart. Trying to find confluence here as to where we may be. Here's another chart here. And this is, Bitcoin's current range and where we're at, and says the Bitcoin bottoming phase is loud. MACD at cycle lows, RSI at historic reversal levels, price retesting the macro trend line. And yet the crowd screams 60K or zero. This is where smart money steps in. The louder the fear, the stronger the reversal. I thought that was interesting, and we will see. We will see if that holds true, right? So those are just some of the charts. And also, I found this one interesting, okay? Steve from Crypto Career University. Reclaim the 21 MA or the top is in. Simple as that. 2021 playbook. Lose 21 MA. Consolidate, reject on retest. Most likely now rally to retest the 21 MA from below. So if we reclaim it, bull trend alive. Reject it, no higher highs. What do you expect? So we'll be looking at that a little bit with Rob and get his opinion on that. Finally, just a lot of news, a lot of chatter, a lot of stuff happening, guys. We've also been keeping you updated on that in the Hive. So the Kevin Warsh becomes a new favorite on Polymarket to replace Jerome Powell. So we're kind of flip-flopping on who's going to replace Jerome Powell. We got Michael Saylor hinting at more buys. Visa launches stablecoin advisory practice to help institutions build stablecoin strategies. Okay, here's another bullish ETH news. $4 trillion JP Morgan to launch first tokenized money market fund on Ethereum. Ethereum is going to smash it, guys. I don't care how it looks right now, what people are saying. If this is all true and we're going to build all of this on top of ETH, the financial backbone, layer of the entire internet, then, like stuff is going to happen. MetaMask now supports Bitcoin, which is insanely bullish as well. President Trump coming out and saying he has a great relationship with President Xi Jinping from China. Okay, let's see how that goes. But one of the most bullish macro news, well, I want to go over just two more pieces. The OCC, so this is Brad Garlinghouse from Ripple, right? He's been a loud advocate. And of course, they are, because they've been sued and they've been dragged through the ringer with the past administration. And I think Ripple will see, XRP will see it stay in the sun as well. The OCC grants conditional approval to Ripple, BitGo, Digital Assets, and Paxos to become national trust banks. In response, Brad Garlinghouse comes out and makes a statement to the banking lobbyists and says, "You've complained that crypto isn't playing by the same rules, but here's the crypto industry directly under the OCC's supervision and standards, prioritizing compliance, trust, and innovation to benefit of consumers. What are you so afraid of?" We all know what they're so afraid of, that they aren't going to get to shave off their big portion to make their bank accounts fatter, and that they're going to become irrelevant or replaced, or lose a big majority share of those fees. So that's what they're afraid of. And it's terrifying, because that's how we've been operating since forever ago, since we can remember, right? So it's a massive, massive change that's happening in the world. And you can't expect these sorts of revolutions to play out like a bed of roses, right? We're going to have to go through some tough times. That's what we're doing now, but we're in it. We're in it. We're in it to win it. We've been in it. And we're going to have a phenomenal next year. I truly believe so. On that note, there's not much more to report news-wise, but just lots of bullish stuff coming in. And I just think that, we're getting ready to witness something that we've never seen before. So we have also news that there's a massive whale sailing a ton of Bitcoin and transferring it to ETH. Bitmine is buying a bunch of ETH. Bitcoin capitulation metric just hit a new all-time high. And last time Bitcoin went up 50% after that happened. And finally, we have Tether, USDT, trying to buy Juventus, the football club, and they got rejected. Their offer got rejected. Some say topping signal. I don't know. It's an interesting play. Why do you guys think Tether wants to buy Juventus? Is it what do you guys think? Let me know. They just want to get notoriety. They want to get it out there. I mean, you're competing with Circle. What is your theory on that? I would like to know. And of course, I'm going to tell you what I'm drinking. I'm drinking Starbucks coffee out of a Starbucks cup from Sevilla, where I used to live in Spain. It's a phenomenal city, but I'm tuning in from sunny Southern California, and San Diego weather is fantastic. Really warm sun. It's like a Swedish summer. My husband's Swedish, so this is like as hot as it gets over there at all, which is crazy. So let me know where you're tuning in from, how you're feeling. And without further ado, I'm going to bring up Rob. What's up, Rob?
Oh, nothing too much. Straight in the charts. Just living life, taking kids to see Santa Claus, doing the whole dad thing.
Yeah, doing the dad thing. See, you guys can still live life and smash it in trading. Rob is so busy, and he's not at the computer most of the time. Most of the time he's trading from his phone and doing phenomenal. Okay. Like, you don't have to be a full-time trader. You don't have to be sitting at the charts, staring at the candles. Like, we can teach you how to be successful while on the go. And I believe that that is the most amazing thing, because you need to be able to maintain a quality of life, right? You need to be able to maintain your health. You need to be able to have a life, and you can do that and trade at the same time, right?
Oh, 100%. I do it all the time. I'm always out on the go. I'm always doing things with my family. And that's one of the reasons why I got into trading, was to have a better quality of life. I was stuck at a dead-end job. Why would I want to sit there and do a dead-end go, something that I'm going to be putting all my life into, where I don't have time with my family? That's one of the most important things I have to me.
Right. Your time is your most valuable asset, guys. And so that's what we're teaching in the group. We're going to go over some results soon, but we've been smashing on the shorts trades. Okay. So that's another thing you'll learn how to do in the Hive, is how to trade both ways. A lot of people are conditioned to only trade long, but that is very limiting, especially in these market conditions. You want to be able to trade both ways. And, we got 500 plus members just about, and we are smashing it. Okay. And they're just getting phenomenal results. I think we'll go over some of those now. So I'm going to pull up
Bitcoin chart, or a little bit of market, or do you want to go over results?
Yeah, I think let's start it off with some results. I want people to see what we're doing in our group, because it's phenomenal, and it's still free, you guys. It's still free. All you have to do is sign up to BYDFI and get your tuition paid. So I want you to see exactly what's happening here.
All right. So my page is pulled up here. Yep. All right. So right now I'm just in our general, in our scalp group right here.
Make that full screen so they can see that.
All right. So yeah. We're right here. This is our short channel right here. So we had some shorts laid out. Let me go up here. There was a little bit of talking in the group. We let people talk a little bit, of course, as well, too, to ask questions. But we posted siren short, which we basically closed up. It's kind of still, the trade still can be open, but I closed it because I was in it too long and I was getting away from the computer. But then once I closed it, I found Dash, and Dash, whenever I looked at it, you zoom out on it, it broke this trend line right here, and I was looking for basically a bearish retest on it. And this is whenever you get those breaks in there and everything's kind of bouncing this morning, like early this morning, everything was starting to bounce a little bit. That's when you want to zoom in to nail your entry. But first, I usually put the zoomed in entry on it. I did a simple trend line on here, and we were going up into this we just look for the break trend line or into this bearish order block up in here in order for an entry. And once that kind of happened, we basically just got the entry in, put our stops. Once we got about 10-20% with 10x leverage, you put your stops at break even and you let it run. And then I got a good 80% on move on that with AX leverage. So nice 10% move or so. And if it gets a breakdown of the next level, I'm going to be looking to short that again. So that was one right there. Right before we started the show, I was getting people prepped for Fartcoin. I was like, look at Fartcoin. So this is actually an inverse chart. So I like to show sometimes the inverse charts here. Like, hey, look at this. This looks really bullish. We break out here, you'll be buying it and going long. But this chart is inversed on Fartcoin. And I was just kind of showing, hey, this is a higher lows that you sit there and just be like, this is a ascending triangle. I'm going to get a good trade on this one. But of course, if you turn it around, it's just going to be the opposite look of it. And it's the breakdown chart. And as we were starting to show, TP1 hit 50% profits.
Hey, there we go. That was literally right before the live, you guys. So that played out in just like a matter of minutes, right?
Yeah, I just played out in a minute. It started to bounce a little bit, and I zoomed in on my phone there, and I've nailed a good SMA 9 bearish retest on a small time frame with a bearish fair value gap, and then it dropped. And I was like, I looked at it, I'm like, whoa, I'm up 50%. I'm better. I even get to set my take profits before it hit take profit one. I was like, okay, that was quick.
Right. Yeah. So, I mean, this is how it happens. That's why you've got to stay tuned in real time. You'll get an alert in Telegram. And hey, if you're out in the go and you get an alert and it hits your alert levels, you just get in the trade, get out of the trade. It doesn't have to be that complicated, right? Like trading doesn't have to be that complicated. And it's a way for you to make money while you're waiting for your macro investments to play out.
Or to be able to make money to add to your macro investments wherever you're doing it.
That's
also
true.
too, like keeping it simple. Yes, very keep it simple. Like today, like for the whole weekend, part of the end of the week and beginning of this week, I haven't been able to really pay attention to any news or anything that's really been going on in the market besides what Megan's been putting in there. She's been keeping us kept up with everything, but I haven't been able to look for any of my own stuff or my own ideas for lately. I just been trading my strategy only and been nailing it, and that's just basically my strategy is pretty simple, and it just keeps it. When I noticed how my win rate was when I wasn't paying attention to anything besides my strategy. I thought that was pretty crazy.
Right. Yeah. So you don't need to like focus. The news is more to keep you updated on a macro level. Sometimes it plays out in some of the charts, if some of the coins are going to be bullish or not. But it's just tuning out the noise and sticking to proven strategy that works, which is what we go over in the course that we just filmed in Vegas, which we are currently working on putting together and editing for you to get it out very, very soon. And it's all of those strategies. And once you start to learn that and nail it, man, you'll be not only a better trader, but also a better investor because, you'll be able to time your entries better based on what's happening in the charts.
Yeah, you'll be able to chart like, you know what? I'm gonna wait a day or two before I make this investment. Might drop another 10%, and I'll get a better discount. So yeah,
exactly. Yeah, so that's it, guys. We're smashing it in results, smashing it. Members are now starting to post quite a bit, and it's a really great community, right? And everybody's very supportive and sharing ideas. So that's what our goal is, to be the biggest buzzing hive on the internet. And yeah, we'd love to have you all as members. Theta Investor, with your beehive little icon, I hope you join because you're already the spirit animal. So you might as well get on in there, right?
Get on it. I mean, everything's free in here right now, so I'll get in before it's not free. But
exactly.
Yeah. So these are some of the members' results right here. So BTC, somebody got BTC long, which I also did post along on Bitcoin. Whenever I was on the bottom of the trend line, we got with 30x leverage, I got 60%, and he was using 10x leverage, got 10%. So we did have it was a little scalp long just for a little bounce. And some people are shorts here. So this was from our bot right here. So our one member here, MS, he said close trade. Thanks, bot. Our bot called that out. So we do have a bot group as well too that helps call up trades. So if I'm not, apparently it's working. So that's not my win. It's somebody else.
Right, that's in beta, but that is the bot, which they're currently taking feedback from Rob and his talented team of analysts. So yeah, the bot is seemingly doing pretty well too. So that's really great news, and we're just building on all the success. And these are in difficult market conditions. I want to stress that. I can't stress that enough.
Yep. And we also did have one long over the weekend. I posted it was gun GUN. We got in at 01770. I closed my trade at 100% profits because I had to go make breakfast for my kids. So I was like, I didn't want to stay in any trades, but it was the weekend. So usually weekends choppy price action. So once I got 2x on with 10x leverage, I closed trade. I was like, I'm gonna go make breakfast for my kids. I came back and looked at it today. It was actually up 50% on spot or 60% on spot for my entry. I was like, geez, I should have stayed in that one.
Yeah, but you know what? You never be upset about taking profits and leaving, and that's the thing about having a full busy life or just wanting to stay active and not having to like stare at charts all day. You can do that and smash it on the go. That's the point.
Yeah, I mean it's a lot. The one thing nice about day trading and scalping is you know what you have in your account at the time you're done with your session of trading, or by the time you close your trade, or by the time you go to bed, and you get to sleep well at night, saying, "Hey, my trading portfolio is at this level here, and nothing's going to happen while I'm sleeping or while I'm out with family doing things."
Right, exactly. So yeah, so that's just the peep at what's happening in the group, and the bots firing off signals quite a bit, quite a few lately, and it's going great. So yeah, we'd love to have all you guys as members, and do smash that like, share this stream so we can get this out to as many people as possible. And we love our Monday crew. We love it. We're coming in strong with lots of energy today. And let's dive into, what do you think? Do you want to show them anything else? Should we dive into Bitcoin?
I think it's good for them in the group. If you want to see any more, join the group. I mean, there you go.
Join the group, guys. It's a no-brainer. The bot to verify is in the link in the description below. It'll take you to our BYDFI link, and once you sign up for that and make any deposit, you'll get that free $100 to trade with, and also you'll be joining our group for free. So a lot of value there.
Well, a lot of value. All right, so I'm going to look at Bitcoin 3-day chart right now. So this is probably the most bullish chart I can actually kind of think of right now. Not just because the oscillators are all down on the bottoms and everything like that. I can pull all that up and go kind of into that, but we talk about that a lot on this channel. So I'll talk about a little bit something different. We're going to talk about the BTC longs on Bitfinex. And right now we're making a higher high. Whales are opening longs. Traders are opening longs up on Bitcoin while everything's going low, and it hasn't really dropped yet. And usually this is whenever it starts getting up to making every time it's been making a higher high. So this is a very good bullish signal so far. This whole cycle was whenever we start making higher highs on this here. So, and we're into the resistance here. We're going to get rejected at some point and come down. And if you start looking at that, I deleted my one chart, so it's not all, but every time you get that up to this, get one of these highs, it is marking the local low on Bitcoin. So we are getting close to that area. So this is probably the most bullish thing I could think of right here is what are the other people? What's everybody doing with their money? And you can see it right here. They're opening longs. Are they low leverage? Are they spot long? Are they low leverage longs or whatever? They might be. So they have some time for it to breathe. They give us some time, room to breathe for the trade. But that's just sitting there showing that people are buying the dip. People are getting into these levels here. This is the levels they're buying. And we're going on to very, very strong support. And you can sit there and just see right here is a high time frame support. I think the other videos we went over quite a bit right there, but we haven't even hit the support zone yet. So it's just kind of more of a patience thing. I'm not sure if people are going to be scaling all the way down into there, if they think this is going to be the low here, but this is getting higher. So very good clean chart. Once this starts reversing and going down, that means this is going to be going up because people are taking profits is whenever this goes down.
Can you explain the mentality behind that? So these are longs, but so why is it then when the longs are going down, we're at the lows for the price action?
Oh, because people were buying the dip basically. So why this is going up, why the price action is going down is what you're asking?
Yeah.
So basically this is showing that these are, so it's basically just showing the people who are opening up leverage longs, I believe, in the 3-day time frame. So as it's going up, it means these are the dip buyers. These are the people that are buying the dips.
Okay. So people are buying the dip. We also put some data in the group that there was aggressive accumulation around the 91K level even. So people have high conviction around this range. And it doesn't look like people are waiting for, 15 to 40K prices. You know what I mean? Like people are scaling in around these areas. So that's an interesting metric as well.
Yeah, a lot of people are scaling in at these metrics because, like, again, we don't every time we hit this level, this zone right here, we've always got to bounce this whole bull market like every
Right.
single time. So it's a very strong metric to keep an eye on, and we're just kind of waiting to see what happens next.
Right. Just kind of adding more confluence to all the other charts and theories we've spoken about. So let's see. I know everybody's afraid of the potential rate hike in Japan on Friday, but how much effect that has on the world markets. I don't know. I don't know whether it's just, a narrative to play into to make sense of the charts, or whether that actually does have a significant impact overall. But whether it does or doesn't, it's a narrative here in crypto. So yeah, I don't know. We'll keep an eye on that. It's an important week with a lot of updates, and let's see how this week plays out.
Yeah, I mean, that's all we can do is see how it plays out and see what happens. The most important thing is have a strategy in place that protects you no matter what, and for both ways. So no matter what happens, you're ready for it. Like what we always talk about on this channel is above the 1-day 9, we're losing the longs have a higher probability of playing out, and beneath the 1-day 9, the shorts have a higher probability of playing out. And that's another reason, not just because why we opened up shorts today, and I posted shorts today. And I think that's the only thing I posted today was shorts. We were underneath the 1-day 9 on the Bitcoin. We barely retested it, and we went down more, and shorts played out very well. Also, too, let me go ahead and go back into the group and go into our announcement channel. I also mentioned that our RSI, and a lot of people use RSI in a different they just looked at oversold, overbought. So this is like a lot of cryptos all in one here. This is the RSI heat map, and our average range is 39. And that's actually a really big deal. You're just like 39. Why is that a big deal? Well, let me go ahead and see if I can bring this up. It's not going up bigger. So the RSI relative strength index. Now, I want you guys to take note on what that means. Relative strength index. Everybody says oversold, overbought. I have that also written here as well too, but I want that to stick in your mind. Relative strength index. Whenever a coin has strength, it means the RSI is higher. Whenever a coin does not have strength, it's losing strength, it means the RSI is lower. So 40 is a level that big money pays attention to. I said losing the 40 level, that's not just weak, it's bearish momentum. Assets slipping below 40 often signals more downside pressure and fading buying strength. So that's a really key level to definitely be paying attention to. And as I made that statement, within about 20 minutes, I was getting ready to post another short, but it played out too fast. I just got into it. It was LDO. I opened up a short. I got like 70-80% gains on it overall, but it happened too fast. Once we lost that strength in that 40 level, and I posted that, everything just started dumping right afterwards.
Right.
And I also posted it on Fidelity, like how they use it. So I keep you guys updated what the big dogs use. Like, it's not me saying this. It's not how I use it. This is how the big money plays the games. They sit there and they look at ranges. They don't just look at overbought and oversold. They're looking at the bearish range, and this is how they're looking at it. So it's on their, I mean, this is Fidelity's website. It isn't me making this up. It ain't me saying it. It's just the rules that they play, and we can see it's working.
Right. And I love that, because that's what we go over in the group, guys. That's like sort of like the alpha, right? Like, who else is looking at this? I don't know. But these are the new rules that we're playing by. And so if you study those rules like Rob has, and like he shares with the group, you can have a much higher potential success rate, because this is how they play. This is how they move. And I know December is also a pretty volatile month, because that's where they have to like close positions. It's like end of year stuff, right? So maybe we have to go through a little bit more volatility before we start to see another big bounce or leg up.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to say when it's going to be, but whenever it happens, we're going to know, because we have alerts set on the 1-day 9, the 12-hour 9. Whenever we get those closes above, all right, we're ready for it. We're going to go open longs. If you're looking to add to your long terms, then usually that's a good time to sit there and look to add to your long term, because that might be the local low for that cycle or something. And those are usually
Right.
you add to your long terms, in my opinion.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. And I see we have Dusty here saying Bitcoin is dead. I know there's a lot of that on X. And like I said before, in one of the charts that I just showed, the bottom is often very loud, and a lot of people are angry and despair. I don't know. It seems like, even if it is quote unquote dead for a while, and we have a mini bear market now, and we go, I don't know, down to the $54,000 level, which is like the extreme of the extremes. I think you've shown that, Rob. It's a 200-day MA. Man, I'd be buying it up at that area. I know that, BlackRock, I think their average on this before the whole dip started to happen, was like 105K. So rest assured, there would be a phenomenal amount of buyers at that level if that were to happen. But we don't know that yet because we have to see how price reacts when it starts to rally, right? I know you gave us the pivotal inflection points. Can you point that out just briefly, Rob? Like when we do have the bounce, when the eventual cross comes into play on the stochastic RSI, what are the key levels to watch?
So right now we're on the weekly time frame. Like we're just waiting for the stochastic RSI to get above 20. We're down in the bearish momentum area, and we're just waiting for that cross. So now we're waiting for that pivotal moment. Again, it's the weekly chart, so it only moves one time a week on close here. 3-day chart, we already got it. We broke the 20, so we're trying to get above the 50 now. So once we get above the 50, that confirms that we have bullish momentum getting ready to come back into the market. So we're waiting for that confirmation, but we don't have our other oscillators, as I was saying, aren't agreeing with it just yet. So we're kind of waiting for some confirmation from other oscillators. So just a little bit more time here.
And when we do, though, what are the price levels where we have to look at and say, hey, it's got to make it above this level now in order to continue to be bullish, or it could get rejected?
Me personally, I don't really look at the exact price levels. I just set alerts on the 1-day 9, and whenever it closes above that, I'm like, all right, we're good.
So where's the 1-day 9 right now? Let's have a look at that.
The 1-day 9, Luigi stays pretty close. It is at $89,000.
Okay. So you're going to take it level by level. And once we're above the 1-day 9, I mean, this is why the strategy is so simple, you guys. And this is what we teach in the course. And what Rob goes over is how to use that 1-day 9 to like greatly benefit from it, whether to the upside or the downside. And it does have a high success rate. So this is a really exciting strategy that we'll be going over that you can use also for long-term investing as well.
Yes, definitely. I also want to comment on the comment that was Bitcoin is dead. How many times has it been dead? It's been dead quite a few times.
That's another thing. Yeah.
That's my response to that one. I mean, it just became dead whenever Fidelity and BlackRock and all them started buying it. I mean, my opinion, they just wanted a discount. My opinion, they want this at a better discount. So
yeah, I mean, that's definitely true. I mean, I think his comment about debt is probably about like we're going into a bear market, but man, I mean, I'm telling you, like whether or not we have to wait longer or not, they're not just starting to accumulate Bitcoin when this whole thing is going to go to zero, right? Like this is clearly going to be the future. So if you go into that with that mentality, I mean, then it's just a matter of time, right? And how long can you wait, or, how patient can you be? Because it's most certainly not dead for long term. That's what I can tell you. And I do have a chart here.
I mean, bear market's a good thing because that means I could do shorts usually play out pretty quickly, which that's always funny because they're called shorts. Like we hit 50% profits within minutes on Fartcoin earlier, like before we started this live, and that just gives me more money to accumulate or to make more money to buy the dip.
Right. Yeah. So I wanted to put this chart up there too, just to show what we've done previously or what's going on this cycle. Let's see. Get it up there. Is this the one? Yeah. So let me put our little things on the side here. So yeah, this is this bull market so far, right? I don't know how accurate it is exactly, but every time we've had this kind of sized correction, we've been going up. And Rob said repeatedly, the trend is still a bull trend, and that the trend is our friend until the end. And we're not in the end of the bull trend yet, right? So let's just wait and see.
Yeah, I mean, the trend's a friend to your end, and we just wait. And I think I had an old mentor says if you can't handle 30% dips, 30 to 40% dips, then you can't handle crypto. So it looks like we're having one of those in Bitcoin.
Right. Yeah. I mean, let's see. I'm going to add your charts back to the stage here.
Yeah, and I just want to look at the cycle top chart here for Bitcoin here. We never got even close to the top trend line here where it gets close to a cycle top. And this is where I pull back up the Fidelity chart on saying how to use the RSI and the ranges and stuff like that. We're not underneath 40. We're actually hitting 50 on support here. So if we hold support here on 50 on the monthly time frame and RSI, that's a pretty big deal right there. We hold that 50, we're probably be going back up higher. So that is a very strong thing. So this trend line from here to here, we haven't broke that yet. And we're also coming back down and kind of we're still in that zone of we're retesting the last cycle's all-time high, which we never really retested fully yet. So I think that's also a nice retest level as well. Right.
Yeah. And again, like these cycle top indicators, none of them are even close. It's just, it just makes you think like, wow, okay, where are we really at in the cycle? And all of the big players are saying that either they're saying the 4-year cycle has been disrupted, or it's just a little bit different now because it's different metrics different rules that we're playing by. Things are actually different this cycle than previous cycles.
Yeah, I mean, and then also crypto's still very new. So I think what people really mistaken about when they look about history, like history usually rhymes, but you don't know what part of history it's going to rhyme with.
Right.
So we don't have very many cycles to look at. So we're still making new history with what's going on right now. So I like looking at the stock market and try finding things that we kind of have here. So maybe I'll once we get done editing the training videos and stuff like that, maybe I'll start looking as if we're still going down or if we're still kind of just going sideways and chopping around. Maybe I'll look at some stock market history with new technologies and stuff that came out and see if we can find something similar. Then what rhymes with that type of history other than the 4-year cycle history, because we're still so new to where I mean, Bitcoin has only been out since what, 2010? Like,
exactly. Yeah. Like only,
it's a very, still very new if you think about it. It's not
very,
like,
very nascent asset. Yeah. And so we're still giving it time to play out. We're still trying to feel it out. I think like, I made an update recently and said we were like in the MySpace days of the internet. You guys remember MySpace? I mean, how long ago was that? I mean, that was just the very beginning of what was possible on the internet, right? That was just like the very first experiment. We're not even Facebook yet. You know what I'm saying? So give it some time, And again, I like what Rob said. We don't know what part of history it's going to rhyme with. We're still making that history. So now we're in the mature phase, right? Like BlackRock has stepped in and said, I bless this space and I want to embrace it. And yeah, they're not going to do that just as the space is going to crumble and die forever. That's for sure.
Yeah, I mean, you can just look here. Every cycle top looks completely different. Like there isn't one that is exactly the same at all. So,
right,
this could be a retest. We're retest like, yeah, like we never like. I'm looking at it. We're retesting in the last cycle top. We'll see what happens. Have we ever? Like I'm even looking here just to kind of judge my analysis here just a little bit here. Have we ever dipped below the previous cycle top off after the next cycle? Like it kind of doesn't really look like it from this chart right here.
Right, exactly. So, and it's an incredible key level of support for us. And we've had a lot of touches at around this price range, and establishing a base on our previous cycle top is not bearish, in my opinion, at all.
Yeah, I mean, just feels like it because we're on $100,000. There's always ups and downs. So,
Right.
I don't really have much more on it. We're just gonna be posting more shorts in group if we're gonna keep going down, and we're gonna keep making money in group. That's all I have to say. That's all I know. So I do know that's my thing. Is markets go up, markets go down. Whenever it goes, one of my new sayings is short the dip, long the rips. We long gun, we long that rip. We got some dips. We fart coin was dipped today, so we shorted it. We made money. That's just kind of what we. And then once the dip's over, it's gonna start ripping again. We're gonna be longing them again.
That's right. So we're making money in any market cycle condition. So if you're upset because you're a long-term investor and your bags just keep getting more and more diminished and going down and down and down, of course, you just got to be patient. You can dollar cost average, but you can make that even better by trading. You can double down on those and add to your long-term holdings, or just make money in between and learn to make this a stream of income for yourself. This is an invaluable skill. Period. And you need to get in and learn this now, whether you're an investor, trader, or somewhere in between.
Yeah, I mean, it's a skill to have. And I mean, if you invested too early on a token, I don't want to say too early, but if you feel like you wanted to get a better price and you didn't know how to, just learning this stuff will help you learn to be able to do that as well too.
Right. Yes. So are there any other setups that we can leave them with today, maybe that you're looking at in the Hive, just to give them a little bit of a some kind of alpha here before we sign off?
Yeah, actually, I was making a FET short, unless it's already hitting TP. It might be. Let me check. Oh no, it might be coming back in. Let's check it here. So yeah, I'm actually looking at shorting FET. I've been shorting this quite a bit, but right now, basically, what we're going to be looking at here is for this kind of bounce up here. Up in this zone, this area, and I'm gonna be looking to scale in. This is, I think, where was I looking at the 4-hour chart before I started this? Yeah, so I'm looking at the 4-hour chart. We have a fair value gap right here. I could get in a little bit down in this area. And then if you get stopped out right above this fair value gap, you're going to get it up to this area where the 4-hour SMA 9's at. And this is also a bearish break of structure entry as well too. So that's this basically means we broke to the downside. We broke this structure. We've actually, I think in group, I shorted this 2 times from these levels here and and one time I missed it. So now we're just kind of, I think we talked about this short. I think we talked about these short too on live, I think a week and a half ago when we were shorting it, and we were sitting there saying we were looking for a breakdown and kind of a bounce back up. But now, since how the market's going here, we're just looking to get all of this down covered, all this area covered up. That's where my take profits are, is based off of these support levels here. So it's just, I don't know if this is fair value gap's going to hold or not, and that's where zooming in comes in. So right now we lost. So I'm probably going to take entry right now, actually, since we bearishly retest the 59.
We're telling you that a potential entry is happening right now live as we're on the stream. So we'll revisit this tomorrow and see how it went. But guys, there is money to be made here. And this is also what we're going to teach in the course, is how to use these fair value gaps and FVG, like how to use that to your advantage. So this is a part of the Lux Algo indicator, the paid Lux Algo indicator, which we also explain how to use in the course, and to combine that with the 1-day 9 and or the 4-hour 9, whatever time frame you're on, the SMA 9, man, it is a powerful strategy, and that's how the group is making so much money.
Yeah, I mean, we had a lot of confluence in our trades, and it's just and it's simple. Like, the one thing that's nice about it, if you make a chart on your computer, and you have everything all set up on it, you set your alerts on it, and you can easily look at the signals on your phone once you're out and about. And if you have a busy life like me, having kids, you're out with seeing Santa Claus with your kids, like I was over this weekend, or I went to Kennywood, which is a big park around here. Sadly, it was closed due to snow. I'm not in sunny. You're in sunny California, right? I'm not in sunny California. I'm in snowy Pennsylvania right now. We're in winter wonderland. We had a snowstorm here, and I drove 2 hours in it. And
it is beautiful, though, man. I saw pictures that you sent. It is truly a winter wonderland, you guys. It's gorgeous. So, where do you guys live? Are you in the snow? Are you in the sun? I know we've got some New Zealanders here, so I don't know what kind of weather it is there now, but like, let us know where you guys are at. I love to know what situations everyone's in. But yeah, we don't see the seasons too much in California like Rob does in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, so yeah, when you're extremely busy, you're just you gotta make a way so you can trade when you're on the go. If you have a life that doesn't support sitting at a computer 8 hours a day.
Right. And even if you do, and that's not what you want, you can still make money at this and then go, have free time to do other stuff, right? Like, so it's just a way to free up your time and learn how to make, your trades work for you, right? And instead of like trading your time for money, you're having a skill that allows you to make money while you sleep, potentially, right?
Yep, that's basically the goal. And then once you learn how to use your stop losses and move them up in profits, and you get better at that, or you have, it makes it easier and easier. It gets, the more you do it, the easier it gets. Like, for me, it's like almost second nature. Like, I'm kind of waiting to see how this candle closes to get in the chart, and if I'm going to get into it. If it closes above, I'm going to wait and get in higher, because that's why I have lines all the way up to there, because this is like a zone that I'm looking to get into. It's just like, the more you see it, the more you get paid, the better you're. A lot of times people feel like they have to get in a trade right away. They don't understand you got to wait for candle closes. It's like, am I going to get in right now or not? I'm like, not yet. Let's wait and see. This volume's popping a little bit. We might actually get up to here, and we might be able to short up to here. Now, if it closes above here and we get some volume on it, I actually might be able to scalp long and see how long the and this is like second nature. I mean, if we close right here and it stay and we get a little pop of volume, let me measure the move here, see if it's even worth it. Yeah, it's a 5% up to all the way up to here. So that's actually worth it for me. I like 5% gains. I think those, you can make incredible money compounding 5% gains in crypto.
It's a little bit of leverage as well. I mean, that goes a long way.
Yeah, 5-10x leverage on it. You can make like 5% gains, 50% gains. We did that in 5 minutes before the show started on Fart.
Right. So you're looking at the 15-minute time zone, potentially looking to get in a scalp long right now before you get into a short.
Yes.
Correct?
Yeah. What I'm doing right now is I'm looking at the best entry for the short entry. I'm going to delete these lines on here. So what I'm basically
we don't often get to show this on YouTube. So I think it's interesting that you maybe get into a little bit how we do our scalping strategy.
Okay. Yeah. So right here, this is a fair value gap. You got your center line right there, and usually that's the best entry here. And right now it's lining up the 4-hour SMA 9. So that would be our best entry. So there is a potential that we can go all the way up there, but with the market conditions, it's kind of hard to say so. And I don't want to sit there and be like, oh, we're definitely going to be going up there. So I'm being a little bit cautious. So then you got to kind of look at Bitcoin. What is Bitcoin doing? Are we going to get a bounce in Bitcoin that can get us all the way up here? I'm just going to do a quick look right now at the heat map, which I usually consistently update in group as well too, 4 or 5 times a day. And we do got some liquidation levels right around $88,000. So we are looking at a little pop here. So I might want to wait on taking that short, and we might be able to get a nice 5% long. And once we get up there, we hit the reverse button and get the down. And we probably time that with probably around $87,000 Bitcoin with a bounce. And if we hit that liquidation level, that's shorts getting liquidated, basically what that yellow level is there, and that's going to time our trades right there. So that does happen as well too. So like I said, I was looking at it, but now I'm looking at it just to sit there. I'm a greedy in a professional way, I can sit there and say. So I might scalp long all the way up to that level. That's Monday's low as well too, and then I'll bearishly retest it. Boom, get a profits both ways.
Boom. Yeah, so you're potentially looking at a long scalp and a short scalp right now on FET, potentially an entry right now, waiting for that candle to close to confirm. But this is how we do it. This is how the live scalping sessions go. And on the scalping sessions, Rob will sit there in the group and we'll do it together, and we'll have a look at it together. We'll watch it together. How long does this typically take to play out, Rob?
It depends. It varies a little bit on market conditions. I'm really trying to nail down my scalps to be about 30 minutes. Sometimes they take an hour to play out, but I've been really, if it has good volume, so the fast play scalps will, if they have good volume on it, they're going to play out in about 30 minutes or less. Day trade, I usually say 1 hour long, 1 hour to 8 hours, and I want to be out. And the reason I say that is because whenever you start tracking all of your trades, which I don't think a lot of people do. I don't think they track their trades and write everything down about it. But I've been tracking everything in my trading journal. And I just realized if I sit there and go for 5% gains, it doesn't play out within the first 30 minutes or so, or first out, at least the first hour. It doesn't play out at all. It just rolls over. I get stopped out at break even. I'm like, I should just close my trade. And that's why I also have a kind of a rule where it's time-based stops as well too, where if it doesn't play out in this amount of time, I'm out. I'm not going to sit there and wait for it. And same with if I'm going for 10% gains, 10% is usually my max with these markets that I go for on day trades. And I realize if it doesn't hit within before 1 day close, so typically I'm looking for like 1 hour to 8 hour or 1 to 8 hours and beating that trade, it typically just doesn't play out. So, and it just rolls over, I get stopped out. So why would I want to sit there and just have that risk on it just because I'm hoping it's going to play out? And it's been in these markets, how these markets has been, it's really been helping me win a lot more. And I've been hitting my TPs, or I've been just, it's been, my risk management has been a lot better, put it that way, since I've made those rules.
Right. Yeah. And actually, I think on that note, we are going to transition over into the Hive Telegram to do some of the scalping sessions. So if you guys want to check that out and you want to join in on that, sign up right now, because we're going to finish this and continue this over there. Link is in the description below. You'll be sent to the Verify bot on Telegram to sign up to BYDFI. You'll get your $100 bonus once you deposit any amount, and then you can join in with us for free on the house money. So if you guys like that, do smash the like, share, subscribe to the channel. We're going to be giving this alpha throughout, and this is just the beginning. These are difficult market conditions. The question is, what can we do when things start to pop? And you're going to be ready, and you are going to really benefit from that. So I hope you guys had a fantastic Monday. On that note, we're going to sign off and jump on over into the Telegram group. And it's been a great session, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we will see you tomorrow, 3:30 p.m. EST.